Salutations, it's Mr. Dube. Small disclaimer, these are my personal thoughts and opinions. They do not reflect the thoughts and opinions of anybody else in my life, any of my associates. These are my personal thoughts and opinions. Why vibes never lie is the title of this video. And to some of you watching this will make complete sense. You'll understand it, as I like to say. However, to some watching this may sound a little bit crazy to the uninitiated mind, so I want you to listen with an open mind. Why vibes never lie. So, as human beings, or as souls rather, we recognize each other by vibes and not appearances. And what do I mean by this? When you're moving out there in the world and you're interacting with people, whether you are conscious of this now or not, you are emitting a certain frequency. You're emitting a certain vibe, a vibration that others can feel, and it impacts others and it can influence others and they feel it. That's why you've heard oftentimes where someone walks into a room and a person there will say, "No, man, I've got negative vibes about this person. I just felt off about them because of the certain frequency that they are emitting." And these vibrations, this vibe, this energy that we carry with us affects our relationships with others in this life. For instance, if you truly admire a person, you truly admire them and you harbor the best of thoughts about them inside your mind's eye. Like when you're laying in bed, when you are letting your imagination run wild and that person crosses your mind's eye and you're thinking about them and you're seeing them in your mind's eye, if you only have the best of thoughts about them, if you're thinking, "Oh, what a solid person, what an amazing human being, what a great individual," there's no chance that when you bump into them, there'll be any animosity or any bad vibes. The worst that can happen is that they'll be indifferent about you, depending where they are in the hierarchy of society. If you are admiring somebody way up there, that the chances are that you'll never meet them or they don't even know you. When you bump into them, eventually, they'll have no bad vibes about you. They will never be hostile towards you. Even so, a person that's closer to you, your boss, for instance, cousin, friend, whatever, someone that's really close to you in your reality. Let's say you harbor the best of thoughts about your boss, your manager, your employer, whoever they are, and you think the best of thoughts about them. You truly admire this person and you really like them inside your mind's eye. When you're thinking about them at night, you like this person. When you interact with them at work, it's never going to be an uneasy interaction. It's never going to be a hostile interaction because you truly admire this person. Even if they don't like you initially, in the beginning, they don't like who you are. But if you, inside of your mind's eye, admire this person and keep the best of thoughts about them, when you bump into them there, you'll not have an uneasy experience. You'll not have a negative experience of them because of your vibrations. Because if you truly believe that they are a good person and you like them and you like what they're about, or you find something good about them and you're focusing on it and you're releasing positive vibrations, positive energy towards them, and you thinking about them in a positive manner, when you meet them, that'll come across. They'll feel it. They'll feel that no, this person doesn't hate me. They like me. There's something about them that's making me, feel softer about them. If I didn't like them, there's something that's softening me inside about them because of what you are emitting towards that person. Similarly, if you are sitting at home and you're having imaginary imaginary arguments with them in your head and you're thinking about, "I'm going to say this, they're going to say that, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say that," but that imaginary argument in your head is negative and you keep having those over and over again, when you interact with this person in the real world, that is what's going to happen. You're going to release those vibrations. You're going to feel that energy about you because you're thinking negatively about them. You're not thinking well about them. So when you meet them, they automatically feel that no, this person is not thinking well about me. And they want to treat you in that manner. Another place is in business, in sales especially. If you are trying to do business with the individual and there's some form of envy or some form of negative energy between the two of you, or you just don't like the person across the table from you, but you're trying to close the deal because you want to take their money, you want to make the sell, you want to make the money, so you just want to close the deal, but you don't really like them. There's no rapport, because the rapport runs deeper than just on the exterior. It runs deeper than what interest the person has and getting to know the interest. It runs deeper than that. So if you're doing a business deal, or you're doing business with a person that you don't really like, or you envy them in some way, you have a little bit of envy, you know, you wish that they might not have what they have. You would think they don't deserve what they have. And that frequency that you're going to emit when you're sitting next to them, they're going to feel it. So even if you're putting on the best show, you're smiling, you smell good, you know, you energy, you are acting. You're putting on the best show for this person. You're trying to hide what you're feeling inside, but what you harbor inside will be felt by that person. You will not get the deal, because they'll feel it. They'll feel that no, this person doesn't admire me. They don't like me. They don't really want to work with me. They just want something from me. And people will intuitively feel that. Sure, you felt it the same when a friend of me, fake friend, you know they don't like you, and they haven't seen you in a long time, and they come and they give you this fake hug. Oh, my brother, I miss you so much, blah blah. But the energy is not saying what you are acting on the outside, bro. I can feel it. You can feel that, no man, there's something off there. That's because that person's not really harboring any good thoughts about you. They have some negative thoughts about you. They have some ill thoughts about you, and you're feeling them. You're picking them up like an antenna. So if in order to make your life more peaceful on the outside, and to have more peaceful interactions on the outside, try harbor the best of thoughts about everybody that you meet. Even if they're the most terrible person, find something nice about them. Something that you can admire about them. Because even the harshest of individuals, they have something. They might be disciplined. They might be good at something. You could find something about them and just focus on that. Like, oh man, that guy's disciplined, man. Right? As long as he's not hurting anybody, he's not harming anyone. He's just, that's his nature. They're a bit of an a-hole. Right? They can be an a-hole to everybody else, but if you harbor the best of thoughts about that person, you truly begin to be indifferent about them or like them in your mind's eye. Don't think about anything negative. Rather not think about them at all than to think something negative about them. Right? I'll say that again. Rather not think about that person at all than to think negatively about them. If you're gonna think about them, make sure it's good or it's indifferent, or just don't think about them. Because that's what happens at times when somebody crosses the line, like really, really crosses the line, right? Where you just have to forget about them. They no longer exist to you. Don't spend time harboring thoughts, trying to create imaginary scenarios where that person's getting hurt, whatever, because you're gonna carry that energy with you, and others will feel it as they'll feel that energy with you. It will throw off other people. It may not be for them, but they may feel it within you. They may feel that heavy energy within you. That your heart's not really at ease. It's not really of good intentions. You have ill will, you have malice in your heart. So rather not think about a person. If they cross the line, they've hurt you that badly, forget about them. They don't exist. They no longer exist in your reality. There's no need to imagine them at all. Forget about them. And you'll see slowly, the more you don't think about them, they'll literally disappear out of your reality. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. You may hear their name once in a blue, but they'll be gone. So do not think about them. If you want to think about the person, try to think the best of thoughts about that individual, because it's going to affect your own frequency, your own vibration. When you move in the world and when you interact with individuals, kids, dogs, those are very sensitive creatures to vibrations. Like if you see a dog doesn't like them, there's something about their spirit that's not right. Not to say that they're a bad person, not to say that they're evil, it's just that they're harboring negative energy and negative thoughts within themselves that they should release and replace with good ones. So if you want to make your life a little bit easier while interacting with people, people around you is always harbor good thoughts about people. Never think the worst. Never think the worst about a person until they actually really show it to you. And once they've shown it to you, then forget about them. But if you don't really know what a person's about, you don't know who they are, you haven't spent a moment with them, you haven't really sat down and spoke to them and understand why they are the way they are, what they've been through, what they're really about, then do not think ill about them. Because you're a human being with flaws and your own vices and your own bad ways. So focus on those and focus on fixing those and focus on thinking the best about others. Because then ultimately you're thinking that about yourself as well. And then when you move out there in the world and you're doing business with people and you're interacting with people, if you truly have pure intentions, like you really want everybody to do well, you want everybody to win, you want them to be the best possible versions of themselves, whoever you meet, and you genuinely feel that way, you have no envy because you know that what's yours is coming, and you're just happy to see what God is doing. Like, hey, God is in the neighborhood, right? My turn is coming. So I'm happy to see this. I just want to be around you because you're emitting that frequency that I'm on, the same vibe, same vibration, uplifting vibration, right? That will help you. And on the flip side, do not ignore it. Do not ignore those vibrations that are warning you about certain individuals. As I mentioned previously just now, when a person is being fake and they're giving you fake love and they're hugging you and they're happy to see you, but you can feel that, nah, that's not what this brother is about. Listen to that because it's telling you what that person is really thinking about you. Even if they're sitting across the table from you and they have the biggest smile on their face and they're laughing with you, but you feel something, there's something off about this interaction, there's something off about this encounter, it's because that person's not thinking good about you. In that situation, the best thing that you can do for yourself is distance yourself from them. Distance yourself from the individual, pray for them, and you keep good thoughts about them. Even if they have negative thoughts about you, you keep good thoughts about them. Don't concern yourself. You don't want to be a vessel for negativity and bad energy. You're trying to keep it good. It's all love out here. Positive vibe, good vibes all the way. It's all love, no matter what. So let them keep those negative energies inside of them. So you distance yourself from that person, that fake person. Because your antennas will tell you. They'll come, they'll sit with you, you'll feel it, you'll feel the hug that there's something off in this hug. Right? You can see a person who's really genuinely happy to see you, even if they just walk in the room and they're smiling. Right? They come in, they're swearing at you and calling you all sorts of vulgar names, right? But the energy says, nah, this person has missed me. They're really happy to see me. Then you'll have somebody coming in there and being fake. Oh, so I've missed you so much. Come like, hey, look at this useless person, right? But the energy says this person's happy to see you. This person, on the other hand, claiming they've missed you, they listen to that energy. When you're doing business, listen to that energy. When you're going into a workplace, wherever you are, listen to that energy. It'll tell you who to stay away from. Because especially those people, they'll try to get close to you because they're trying to either get to you, hurt you, find out something about you because there's something that you have that they wish they had. Or there's something that's in you that's unsettling their demons. So they're always going to try to come close to you as close as possible. So be aware of them and distance yourself from them. But do not harbor any negative energy because vibes don't lie. When you walk into a room, people must feel safe. They must feel, oh, who is this? There's some lovely energy. There's some good vibe that just came into the room. Right? Uplift everybody else. That's the mission that we're on. So be aware. Right? Be aware of your own bull crap in your head towards other people. Before you say someone doesn't like you, before you say so and so doesn't like me, make sure that you like them. Are you thinking well about them? Do you really like them? Are you good with them? Before telling someone else, oh, my boss doesn't like me, do you like your boss? And if you don't, why? And if you don't like him, then you need to figure out why. You need to change those thoughts about them. before you make that decision to say somebody doesn't like you, make sure that you like them and continue to harbor the best of thoughts about them.